Barak. Barak, whose name means lightning, was the son of Abinoam. He was a military commander under Deborah. He rose to prominence during the dark period in Israel's history when they were oppressed for 20 years by Jabin, the Canaanite king of Hazor, whose army was led by Sisera, commander of 900 iron chariots. Israel cried out to the Lord for deliverance. At this time, Deborah, a prophetess and judge of Israel, was leading the people. She sent for Barak and delivered a direct command from the Lord. Go, muster your forces at Mount Tabor, taking 10,000 men of Naphtali and Zebulun, and I will draw out Sisera, the general of Jabin's army, and his chariots and his troops to meet you by the river of Kishon, and I will give him into your hands. This was a clear, divinely orchestrated strategy for victory. However, Barak's response revealed a lack of full confidence in his own ability or in the divine promise without a visible sign from God. He declared to Deborah, "If you will go with me, I will go, but if you will not go with me, I will not go." Deborah agreed to go with him, but not without a prophecy that would diminish Barak's glory. The road on which you are going will not lead to your glory, for the Lord will sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. This foreshadowed the ultimate demise of Sisera, not by Barak's hand, but by a woman named Jael. Barak assembled 10,000 men from Naphtali and Zebulun at Mount Tabor, and Deborah accompanied him. When Sisera, with his mighty army and iron chariots, advanced, Deborah gave the signal, "Up, for this is the day in which the Lord has given Sisera into your hand. Does not the Lord go out before you?" Emboldened by Deborah's words, Barak led his 10,000 men down from Mount Tabor to engage Sisera's formidable forces. The Lord intervened supernaturally, throwing Sisera and all his chariots and army into a panic before Barak. A heavy rain, possibly a flash flood, may have swollen the river Kishon, bogging down Sisera's chariots and rendering them useless. Barak and his men pursued the fleeing Canaanite army, striking them down with the sword, leaving no survivor. Sisera himself fled on foot to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, hoping to find refuge. Jael invited him, gave him milk, and covered him. But while he was asleep, she took a tent peg and hammer and drove the peg through his temple, pinning him to the ground, thus fulfilling Deborah's prophecy that Sisera would fall by the hand of a woman. When Barak arrived in pursuit of Sisera, Jael showed him the dead commander, confirming the complete victory. Following this decisive victory, Israel experienced 40 years of peace from Canaanite oppression. The Song of Deborah and Barak in Judges 5 celebrates this triumph, recognizing the crucial roles played by both Deborah's wisdom and Barak's military leadership. Barak is remembered as a man of courage despite his initial hesitancy. Ultimately, he acted in obedience to God's command through his prophetess, leading Israel to a significant deliverance from their oppressors. He is listed among the heroes of faith in Hebrews 11, commended for his faith that conquered kingdoms, acknowledging his pivotal role in God's plan for Israel's salvation. Subscribe to the channel or St. Nicholas will slap you when you get to heaven. Become a member of the channel and get exclusive members-only content, courses, articles, audio, and much more, all in one place. We add new materials every single month, and we'd love to have you. Check out the links in the description or in the links for the channel. The themes in Barak's story: obedience to God's call. Barak's story highlights that God uses individuals, despite their initial doubts or conditions, as long as they ultimately obey. Divine empowerment for battle. The victory against Sisera was not due to Israel's superior military, but to God's supernatural intervention, demonstrating his power to deliver his people. Shared leadership and prophetic guidance. The partnership between Deborah, the prophetess and judge, and Barak, the military commander, illustrates the importance of spiritual guidance in secular leadership. Humility and loss of glory. Barak's initial reluctance led to the prophecy that the glory of the victory would go to a woman. God's use of the unexpected. The ultimate defeat of Sisera by Jael, a woman outside the conventional military sphere, shows God's unconventional method in achieving his purposes. Deliverance from oppression. Barak's military campaign shows God's faithfulness in delivering his people when they cry out to him in times of bondage. And lastly, theme 7, faith in action. Despite his condition, Barak's eventual step of faith to lead the army, spurred by Deborah, resulted in a miraculous victory, thanks to the Lord. 20 key points of Barak's life. Scripture references below. He was the son of Abinoam from Kedesh in Naphtali. He was summoned by Deborah the Prophetess, commanded by God to muster 10,000 men, instructed to go to Mount Tabor, promised victory over Sisera, conditions his obedience on Deborah's presence. Deborah agrees to go, but prophesies loss of glory. He assembled 10,000 men from Naphtali and Zebulun, led his army down from Mount Tabor. God throws Sisera's army into a panic. He pursues Sisera's fleeing chariots and army. He left no survivor in Sisera's army. He finds Sisera dead in Jael's tent. His victory leads to 40 years of peace. He's celebrated in the Song of Deborah and Barak. He's mentioned in the Song of Deborah as a courageous leader. Up, Barak, lead away our captives, O son of Abinoam. Judah and Benjamin are praised for their support. He listed among the heroes of faith in Hebrews 11. His faith is credited with conquering kingdoms. His life illustrates God's use of human instruments. God works through individuals to achieve his purposes. Barak, son of Abinoam. Subscribe to the channel or St. Nicholas will slap you when you get to heaven.